Yo guys, it's up, Shadow here, and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. Right, so last time we managed to finish the inner ring, and now we have the inner and the outer ring completed when it comes to the hull. So, what now? Basically now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna place thrusters, a lot of them. Well, actually, I kind of have to figure out how much I want to place. Let's do like an average. How many thrusters do we have? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 in forward and backwards. And then sideways we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So something between 10 and, well, 10 and 20. Let's just see. I think we're gonna place them based on their distance to the inner circle, because that's definitely always the same distance, not like on the outer circle, which at the back might be a little bit weird. So let's just start with something. Let's do 1, 2, 3. How big is this distance, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blocks. That's interesting. It's 12 for some reason. But let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then place one of those. We'll start easy. And then develop from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then place. And then we'll do the same thing for here. 1, 2, 3, oh god, that was wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place. The right rotation. There we go. So that's our basis. That's what we're working from. Now, I think it would be cool if we had either we place them in like with equal gaps in between, if that makes sense, you know, kind of like 1, 2, 3, and then one place down, 1, 2, 3. It's kind of like that, or we do like little groups, which I would prefer. You know, kind of like, let's go for 3 thrusters here. Actually, we'll have to kind of calculate, because these obviously they're all pointing in the same direction, so they will accumulate quite quickly here. Well, with this we already have 12 thrusters, you know what I mean? So we probably don't need that much more. I think. Oh, these are completely wrong orientation. Let me do these again. There we go. That's the right one. Okay. So this is 12. Now the question is, do we like maybe place, if we place 2 here each, then that's 14, 16, 18, 20. Then it would be perfectly 20. Now placing 2 here, that would mean from here it's 1, 2, 3, and then I would place actually already. How would we do this? 1, 2, 3, and then like this. Ooh, the darkness has fallen. Place, something like that, maybe? I'm not quite sure this is correct. 1, 2, 3, and then I think like this. Is that on the right? Yeah, see, we already made mistakes here. I think that's it. That's it, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I went from the wrong corner bit. Yeah, okay. Like that. So we're going from the middle, like, triangle bit, and then it's 3, and then it's the outer 2. Okay. If we do that back here as well. 1, 2, 3, and then probably we'll place them backwards here, like this. And then 1, 2, 3, like so. And then that's 20 thrusters, with room to add many more. I think that's pretty solid. Let's do the same on the below. So we have 5 from the straight edges and 3 from the diagonal edges. Let's do that real quick. And obviously all pointing in the right direction. 3, 4, 5. Then it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, at the back we might have a problem. That's interesting. I didn't factor that in. I'll have to think about that in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it should be here. Ooh. Oh, I just wanted to say, and maybe the solar panels are gonna interfere a bit, but I don't think they will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's here. Yeah, we don't have the space back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's right on there. I mean, we might place a few elsewhere. Or we might just have 17 for the ones below. The lower thrusters. Both, I feel, are equally valid. And this is not right. The angle of the fins there on the thrusters is really grinding my gears. Alright, there we go, that's right. 1, 2, 3. And then these 2. That's aligned. 1, 2, 3, and then backwards. And same here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Okay. So yeah, we have a little bit less thrusters on the lower side, but I think that's fine. That's not the end of the world. It's not perfect by any means, but if we feel like we're lacking power, we can still add a whole bunch more, if we so feel like it. But I think for now, this is pretty decent. Let me just do this real quick. A bit of cleanup work while we're here. Right, but now the more difficult part will of course come in, which is basically we'll have to well, shrink the next layer that we're gonna put down, and it's gonna be a big layer, by the way. So we need a whole bunch more steel plates. We're gonna have to put another layer on top of this, which is then kind of like shrunk, if that makes sense. I have to see if we can just make it happen, or if it's gonna be a difficult task. I mean, there's a few, like... Well, actually, I've been thinking maybe I just, like... There's 2 ways I'm doing this. Either I just put, like, stuff around these, like just a little block here that's gonna go from here to here. Then a block here. Same thing on the other side, here to here, and then same with smaller... the smaller slopes, and that's it. That could be a thing, or we could just do the whole roof, which would be better, I think, from the point of stability, but it will add a whole new layer, of course. The question is it gonna be easily done, or is it gonna cause some trouble? That's the question. Can we just pull this up easily, just like that, and just make it smaller? Is that gonna happen? Let me just fly around this real quick and see. I'm just gonna, just for the front side, so to speak, I'm just gonna add all the blocks that are needed to raise this up 1 level. And then we're gonna figure out if that makes any sense or not. There we go. And now, these blocks, right? Okay, next up we need
Energy low.
this one, I believe. Yeah. Alright, and then just turn that around. Does that make any sense? Does that look okay? I think it does. And then the same kind of thing we'll do from the inside, of course, because there it will just get drawn upwards as well. And then we'll need this here. Actually, that's the wrong one. This one, yeah. Not in that location, though. God, I'm bad at placing things today. What the hell's going on? There we go. Yes, and then we need the one that is behind this. That's these blocks. Like so. And then everything in between will be filled up with blocks, obviously. But yeah, I think that kind of works. And then afterwards, if we decide that we need more thrusters, we can just start cutting holes into the top layer and just placing thrusters down willy-nilly. Without too much trouble, I think. Right, let me just start laying things down, because this is going to be a big welding job again. Just as I thought I was kind of finished with those, huh? Well, wouldn't you know? There's always more welding going on. Always. It's just how it is. I just want to place all down and to just see how it looks. The craziness, the amount of material that we're gonna have to weld, you know? Just for this sector right now. It's not even the complete sector, but it's pretty decent chunk of it. That's gonna give us a good indicator on how it's gonna look. But yeah, the ship is gonna get a bit more chunkier. So far it just went like wider, thicker, and now it gets a little bit higher actually. So maybe it's actually... it might lose a little bit of chunkiness because it gets stretched in the right direction again. You know what I mean? So yeah, something like that. And then let's just add these as well in this direction too. So we have that. Right. Oh, yes. Let me... oh, I cannot even weld, of course, because I don't have any energy. Right. Of course. Let me just recuperate my energy. Please. But yeah, I think that's the way to go. Of course, that's gonna take a long time now, because we have to do that on top and bottom. And actually on bottom I have to kind of modify it a little bit for the handle, basically, because there's some parts there that they're gonna have to flow into the lower part, but I think we can do this afterwards. I have the feeling I'm gonna do the top side first, like the complete top side, and then complete bottom side. I kind of have the feeling I'm gonna do it that way, you know? One thing after another. I think it just makes more sense to me. It's also a bit easier to just from a coordination standpoint. Right. You know what? We're just gonna put this thing here. Which one? This one. Just so it's complete. There we go. Alright, let's just give it a first weld job here. Just let's do the edge. It's also gonna give us an indicator how it looks from the front, I suppose. Well, it's just gonna look a little bit higher than before. I mean, it's 2 whole blocks, large grid blocks. That technically means real life it would be, I think, 5 meters taller in total. Because I think in lore, or in theory, a large grid block is 2.5 meters. 5 times a small block, which means a small block would be 50 centimeters in height. Which I think might make sense. I mean, the character model is not quite as big as 1 full-size block, which makes sense. I have the feeling the character model is probably like 2 meters or something. It's really big, but still. Okay. Right. So yeah, it's just an additional level, but I think it's fine. We can do this. This looks okay. Let me just, oh, well, yeah, this is gonna take a while. But, you know, I want to start, like, the full welding process next time, I think, you know. Because I cannot have a freaking montage in every freaking episode, can I? That's, like, a bit overkill. But yeah, so it's gonna go up to here, and then here we'll weld the normal thrusters. They're nice and cozily tucked away. And then we get to the inner circle, which is gonna be the same thing with the edge here. Easy peasy. At least to me. Right. Oh god, okay. I might actually cut this a little bit short today because I'm very tired. It was a long, very exhausting day. I'm actually recording this, what time is it? Like 8:30 or something, which is quite late already. Normally I would record them way earlier, but I'm already freaking tired. I just came home like half an hour ago or something from work, and yeah, I'm a bit tired, so might cut this short a bit. But I'm thinking I'm quite happy with how the edge is turning out. I think this is usable the way this is. Yeah, I think that works quite nicely. Let me actually place down the rest of these before we start. Well, we'll start next time with the big montage, but Jesus Christ, it's gonna take a while. You know, technically speaking, it feels like this is less than the one that we had to do before, where we just went around the ship. But not only do I think this is way more blocks that we place down right now, I also think that most likely this is way more material, because most of the blocks are gonna be full-sized normal blocks, which take like 25 steel plates each. So yeah, that's gonna take a good while, like a really good while. But nobody said it's gonna be easy, right? Okay, let me just go all around the horn here and place all of these down. And that's that. The inner edge. Lovely. Yes. Okay. Last round. About. Oh, and then here we're missing the straight ones. Hold on. There we go. Oh god, yeah, let's do it to the outside as well. I mean, even placing all the stuff down is gonna take ages. Like, really a long time. Look at that. My goodness. And then we flip. So many blocks. And this is just one, basically half one of two, as you might remember. There's more down below that's gonna have the same fate. That's gonna be crazy. Jesus, I'm sure we're adding like 1,000,000 tons more to the ship just by doing that. But it just feels right to me. I do want to house these thrusters correctly, and I don't want them to implant them into the ceiling. That feels like cheap. You know, so I guess this is how we do things now. This is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Or wait, there's a meme about that. Your lives are a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. Something like that, right? Well, it's my time that I'm sacrificing, really. And, well, technically yours if you're watching it, so thank you if you do. Of course. Alright. Yeah, let's just finish the frickin' circle, and then I almost said I wanted to go to bed already, but not quite, not quite. It's gonna mess up my sleeping schedule if I go to bed early, I have the feeling. I have a very particular, like, sleeping schedule. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, that's not correct. There we have, well, full-size blocks here. Here. Right. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of weird, my sleeping schedule sometimes, because it doesn't really look like one. If that makes sense. Because I sleep, like, very little. It depends. If I go to the gym at the morning, then I sleep like 6 hours, sometimes less, 5 maybe. And when I don't, then it's more like 7 or 8, which is what you're supposed to do. But even on the weekends, if I haven't like drunk heavily, which then means I'm gonna wake up with a hangover. If I haven't done that, most of the time I'm like awake at like 9 o'clock or something, 10 o'clock. Doesn't even matter when I went to bed. It's really weird, and it's not like I'm like super tired all day. That's not it either. It just, I don't know, my body's just like, yep, we're awake, we're gonna do things now. Fuck you. Which I'm actually kind of glad for, because it means I can enjoy weekends that much more. I can enjoy the evenings, you know, playing games, staying up all night, having a drink or two. And then at the next morning, I don't oversleep, and I get to do the whole day. Which is kind of nice, I suppose. Well, to me it is, anyhow. There's only very few occasions where I sleep, like, a lot. It's basically when I'm sick. When I'm, like, yeah, when I caught something, then my body is really like, nope, we're gonna sleep a lot. That's when I sleep long, or there's, like, specific locations, maybe on holiday or something. But other than that, I sometimes cannot sleep. Like that, yeah, not in insomnia kind of types. I cannot sleep, but I'm just like, after a few hours, I'm like, yep, that's enough, thank you, and then I'm off for the day. You know, it's kind of neat. I'm not sure how long this will still be working for me. I'm sure at one point I probably will be like, nope, I can't do this anymore. I'm not. Well, I'm not at the moment. I'm not that young anymore, but still, you know what I mean. Although they say when you have in advanced age, I just want to say, if you have advanced age, like it's a disease or something. No, if you're older, then they say your body needs less sleep. So I wonder if, when I'm like really old, if I'm gonna be like a 3-hour sleep granddad or something. You know what I mean? That's gonna be silly. Oh, I'm gonna play games all night. Yes. All right. You know what? I think this is a good time to stop, as my freaking power rounds out. Yeah, I think next time we're just gonna do the whole top side. I have no idea how long this is gonna take me, honestly. Last time, the outer ring was like an hour total work, I believe. It was a long time. And again, I believe this will take longer. This will take a lot longer. I wonder if for this here I could maybe use my welding ship that I haven't used since like ever, because it was a piece of junk. But it's maybe something I could do, because this will take so many freaking plates that it might warrant me actually spending an episode on perfecting my welding ship, and then in that time producing a ton of plates, and then basically going to town and try to weld this with... Maybe I'm even like adding more to the welding ship, you know, kind of like another 2 freaking welding heads, so it can really do like a broad approach and get as many of these plates in one go as I can. But yeah, I'm just gonna spend all the metal that I have right now. Just gonna place as many blocks that I can. I mean, you can see how crazy this is. You see the amount of freaking blocks. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is excessive, I think is the word that I'm looking for. And overwhelming. That's 2 good words. And although I think it's not that overwhelming, I'm probably gonna manage it, but still, it's kind of crazy. And I guess that's what I kind of like about Space Engineers, the crazy scale you can go to, you know? And do it all by hand. Well, almost. I think at the beginning I did a little bit with the welder ship, and then I found out that my welder ship is pretty shit. And it doesn't work properly, because it's just not enough battery power, and then, you know, navigating was a pain in the arse, and yeah. But yeah, I might actually use next episode to design my welder ship a bit better and make it work just for situations like these. Because, you know, before there was a lot of situations where I had to say, yeah, the welding ship would be nice, but it's kind of inconvenient because there's a lot of stuff in the way. But now, I think it's gonna be worthwhile. And yeah, look at that. So much construction that has to be done. Jesus Christ. Alright. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and take care.